Good morning. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I am going to show you how to cover book pieces to make a hardback binding. I wanted to do this because I did a video earlier this week about what I've been working on, and I realized I haven't done a tutorial on this yet. So here's a tutorial on how to make your own hardback or hardcover books. For junk journaling in particular is what I do it for, but you can use this same concept for creating your own journals or whatever you want. Find your own books. All right, so the first thing I did is I printed my cover. This is one of the covers that I have created, and I don't sell these covers. I just use them for making book covers for my Etsy shop, Cozy Nerd Nook Studio, which is where I sell physical products. Okay, this was an 11 by 14 sheet of paper, and I have a large paper cutter that doesn't fit under my camera. And so I cut off 1 inch off the bottom. So now it is 10 by 14, which is the right dimensions. I'll use this for other stuff in the future. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the thing over. I'm going to get out my book boards and I'm going to set them on the page. This is a 1 inch wide. That's going to be for the back. And this is how I do it. So I kind of like to think about where my book boards are going to go before I do any cutting or gluing. And this is what I do. All right. All right. Then I look at how straight they are, which is not straight. I bring this guy down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this one up. There we go. And I am going to put this just at the 1 inch mark. And I'm going to make a mark. Okay, so now we have that. All right. See, I should have done it 3/4. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like you can have more on the top than the bottom. And so here I'm going to do a little bit less because the book boards take up some space. So even though they're 5.5, 8.5, there we go. Let's see how that did. Does that fit? I think I'm going to just move this guy down a little. Yep. All right. Now we have all of our lines. And we get out our scoring board. This just makes things easier later on, which is why I do it. Okay. All right, now that you have all your score lines done, you have to make some cuts. I do these by hand. I think it makes them, it adds to the charm of the book to have them be handmade. And so what I do here is I take these, see where the fold lines are, and I'm going to make it so that it is a little more in. So now, so you can see that then when I fold this up, it's a little bit like this. And the reason we do this is so that we don't have a lot of extra. Okay, so now I do the same thing on this side. And here. And then you basically do it at every corner. Okay, now that we are done with that, we can put on the glue. This would not be normally how I do this, but since I'm low on glue, we're going to try to preserve as much as possible. All right. And the type of glue you use for this is any PVA, any just white glue. I'm using Ultra Bond right now from iCraft, but you do not have to. It's up to you. This will make a little warpy, the boards. And after I make my book, I usually let it dry underneath something heavy. Okay. While I'm doing it, a lot of times I will do the folds just so we get some evenness there. Because before, go, it's the right time to do that, not later, when you can still move your glued pieces around. Okay. And now we're going to do this one. See how you kind of want the book to go down in there. There's where you want it. Okay, now this is an important step. Flip the book cover over and smooth the book cover before you do the edges. You can use your hands for this. You can use a brayer if you want. The rollers, that's sometimes good. So what you want is no bubbles in the cover. Okay, so right now you have all of those done. All right. I like my outside edges to go over. Some people like these side edges. Some people like these edges to go over. So the first thing I'm going to do now is make sure I've done all my folds. So it's ready to go when we put glue on there. Fold, 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 fold. Okay. So I'm going to do the edges and then I'm going to do the sides. Oops. Let's try a different here. So you can see I'm giving it basically like one bead of glue. And then I'll spread it out with my brush. Okay, and fold it all. A lot of people do the folding part with a bone folder, which is a great way to do it as well. I have more glue on order. It's just not coming till next week. All right, fold this one up. Okay. I try to get a good amount there. And it doesn't hurt to get any in between there, like on this crease. Give it a little extra support. Okay. This is what people do with their bone folder is that they will use that to get the best fold right here, which can be very beneficial. I just am not as dexterous with it. Okay, and check one more time on the outside. Oops. Oh, shoot. No, I ruined my book. But you can see, no less, that it was that's what that makes. 5.5 by 8.5. And that cover can be used for a number of different things. I have one here that I covered. That is ready for anything. I have one, I thought I had one over here with the holes already in it, but I'm not seeing it. So you can make a 3-hole on the binding. You can make 3 holes, do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So 1, 2, 3. You can also do just glue in. And at some point, I'm going to put end papers in that other one, but that one is destined for glue. So I'm going to glue some end papers into that one. All right, I will do another when I finish that whole thing up, but that is how you cover your pieces so you can start to work on a book binding. Hope that was fun. Enjoy your crafting. And if you like tutorials like this and videos like this, I'm happy to keep making them. Just hit that like and subscribe button. Have a good one.